Yes. We're live, y'all. Happy Memorial Day. We're just gonna move. Just move, move, move. Hope you're ready. You don't need anything besides your mat, just your own body and your willingness to move. Okay. Hope everybody's had a good weekend thus far and continuing to do so. If you're joining on Memorial Day, stoked to have you here. If you're doing your thing and you're watching this in the future, glad that you're here as well. Again, kind of just been feeling movement lately, so that's the name of the game today. Not with any necessary specific goal, just the goal being feel it out. What does it feel like? So we got a few minutes. Get yourself situated. We'll do this. If you're just joining in, welcome in. We're just gonna flow, so mat, space to move around. We will be going to the back of the mat, actually. That is something that's been decided. We're gonna go to the back, so if you need to adjust so you have room to the back of your mat or vice versa, make that happen. Otherwise, buckle in, we'll be starting here in about 3 or 4 minutes. not sure where you're viewing this from, but where I'm at in Austin, it's starting to thunder and storm sound. So I'm hoping we have some nice ambiance for this class. One of the rare little blessings that you get with a nice yoga practice is a comforting ambiance of rain. Sounds like we're going to be getting that for class, which is awesome. And 1 minute before we start, set up with some space behind your mat, because we'll be traveling to the back, so at least enough room that you can chaturanga at the back. And then, yeah, that's all you'll need. Be ready to go. Today we're going to start in a seat, so make that seat your seat. For me, my seat is going to be on my shins. Remember that, there you go. On my shins in a modified hero's pose. And that's only because I feel a little bit of tension in my knees. So I want my knees to be supported. So the less sharp angle that I have under my knees, the less pain or tension that they'll be feeling as well. So find your seated posture, it can be however you'd like. Set yourself up to grow tall from that base. Start to deepen your breathing. Close your eyes if you haven't already. It feels better just to soften your gaze. Just let your focus come to one point, the front of your mat. And let everything else around it get a little hazy. Just focus on the in and out of your breath. Deepen further. Take a longer inhale. Longer exhale. Even longer in. Out. One more on your own. Option to keep your eyes closed. Reach your hands above your head. Palms face one another, thumbs rotate out. Pull your shoulders down away from your ears. With your hands above your head, can you still maintain that same depth of breathing? In and out. One full round of breath. All right, we're taking this to movement. Take a breath in here. On your exhale, twist towards the right. So extend your arms down towards the right side of your mat and keep those space between the two as if there's a block of wood between them. Point towards the right side of your mat. Inhale, reach back up, center. Exhale, both arms point down towards the left. Again, slow extension out. Like, what are those? Again, inhale, reach back up. Exhale, twist towards the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the left. 2 more times each side. Inhale, center. To the right. To center. To the left. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, right. Inhale, lift up that box. Exhale to the left, to the left. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, fold forward over your legs. Walk your hands forward. Attempt to touch your belly to your thighs. That's just a suggestion. And let it be about you. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more in. And out. Alright, shift forward to a tabletop. If you need to adjust your legs, adjust your legs. Props out to the side. Get yourself some space here. Alright, we're going to open up through your wrist and through your forearms. So we're going to be putting your weight on there. So we want to deal yourself a good hand, right? Palms flat, spread your fingers wide. And attempt to individually take your thumb further away from your index finger. Then take your middle finger further away from your index finger. Then ring finger away from your middle. And then pinky finger away from your ring finger. So you've got yourself to spread as far as you can through your hands. Now press through the knuckle mounds of the palm of your hand. You got yourself strong there. Now keep your fingers on the ground. On an inhale, lift just your palms off the ground. Ooh. Exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And then keep that going. In and out. In and out. And keep finding that lift and stretch through your palm, maybe all the way up to your forearms. For 4. For 3. For 2. Slow your movements. I know you want to go fast. Take it nice and slow. Once you've gotten that back down to center, take wrist rotation so your palms stay flat. Same pressure through your hands. They don't move. Rotate through your wrist up to your elbows. Your shoulders will move slightly with that. It's going to happen. But try to control that. Put it more in your wrist and in your forearms. So that's where we're really loosening up here. Your elbow points in. Elbow points forward. The creases of your elbow forward. Creases of your elbow back. Now just for 3. For 2. Last one. Come back through to neutral. All right, one more before we move on. We're taking shoulder shrugs. So try to puff your spine up to the ceiling for a moment. And then bring it back down to neutral, right in between your shoulders. Now try to squeeze your shoulders together, lower your belly without lowering your hips or bending your arms. Arms will stay straight, squeeze like there's a pencil between your shoulders. So exhale, press and lift, expand up, and then lower back down. Exhale, press and lift. Inhale, lower. Shrug your shoulders together. Exhale, press. Inhale, low. Your breath to movement. For 3. For 2. And arms stay straight. Last one. Child's pose. Drop your hips to heels. Walk your arms forward. Pause here. Let whatever you were just working through your shoulders, give it a minute to reset. Relax. And then add pressure. Walk your fingers as far as you can forward. And then press and round your spine just like you were in your scap shrugs. Round all the way up through your middle upper back. Inhale. Exhale, release down, shift forward, back to tabletop. All right, your arms got to rest. Let's add a little bit more on. So we're going to work through your inner thighs while still putting a little pressure on your hands. Fingers wide, shoulders on top of your wrist. Tuck your toes, hover your knees off the ground. Beast pose and or hovering tabletop if you're not on the whole brevity thing. Take a breath in here. Then on your exhale, hovering child's pose. So now knees come out wide. Lower your hips towards your heels, but keep your shins parallel towards the ground. Stay here for 3 rounds of breath. Lengthen your side bodies, and that same sensation here. You're pressing the ground away like in your child's pose, rounding your spine. One more breath. And then inhale, hovering tabletop. Let's move it. Exhale, hovering child's pose. What's up, Skiba? Inhale, shiver, hovering tabletop. Exhale, hovering child's. 3 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Shift forward, hovering tabletop. Breathe in. Down dog, breathe out. Legs straight as comfortable. Press your hips up and back. That was fun. Well, you've already got this longer stance, or rather the shorter stance, so higher through your hips. And we're going to just start to walk your feet forward. So, with your arms still powered into the ground, tiptoe your feet to the top of your mat. Let your feet get wide, let your arms get heavy. Once again, give your arms a release. Draw your up, draw it in. Shimmy, shake through your spine, wiggle left and right. And notice tension and then release it. Let it get heavy. Breathe into it. One more round. All right, let your hands tips over your feet together. All the way up to standing. Whew. Hands up to the ceiling. And then hands to your heart, palms together. Close your eyes. Notice your surroundings. Notice your mind and the way that you're talking to yourself, your inner monologue. And then check in with your goal for class. And are all those three things conducive to one another? And in what way can you adjust or change those things or find acceptance for those things so that you can get what you want out of your class? If nothing else, I invite you to open up to tapas, to heat, to pushing into your discomfort because of the end result of what's coming after and what you know that hard work will do for you. Full breath. Relax your arms by your side, give them a shake. And we're going to take this into a modified exalted warrior. So reach your arms up into your mountain pose and then open twist towards the right. So a little different than before. Swing your right arm down and back. Left hand extends forward. Now your right hip probably came with you. Pull it back to the front of the room. Level and in line with your left hip. Then take your right hand to your low back. Keep it there, nice and tight. Drop your right shoulder down away from your ear. Now start to lift your left hand up and press your hips forward. They're not going super far past your feet because you're keeping your thighs squeezed together. You're finding this length up the front of your body from your left hip bone to your left elbow. Slow. Exhale, open twist towards the left. Left hand down and back, right hand forward. Same thing here. Left hand to your low back. Press your left hip forward. Then reach your right hand up. Drive your hips together as a unit to the front of the room, but keep squeezing your thighs together. A little bit of report back from the tension you're receiving through this movement. Inhale back up through to center, mountain pose. And exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips, slow journey down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's do that twice more, y'all. Inhale, halfway lift, press into your legs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, press into your legs, hold and then float your hands. Keep the shape. Breathe here for 3. Belly in tight for 2. And last inhale. And then exhale, forward fold. Full breath in. Full breath out. All right. From here, plant your hands, step your feet to the back of your mat. All right, we're going to walk out your plank. So get a nice strong plank to start. Stack your heels on top of your toes, wrist underneath your shoulders. Squeeze your thighs together. And then lower your right knee to hover over the mat. You can get really low as long as your left leg stays straight and your hips don't dip. Again, just a bend in your knees. And then re-straighten, other side. And then re-straighten, other side. Almost as if you're marching in place. Your arms are supporting you. Press the ground, draw your belly up and in. And then walk out your plank. Slow movements. Again, it feels good to go fast. Looks like you're in an 80s workout video, but what is that doing to your low back? Can you build up a little bit of isometric awareness, what it feels like to hold it rather than just to let it go completely to movement? Just for 3, 2, 1. Come back to stillness. Lower all the way down to your belly. Woo! Arms get a rest. Y'all, flip to the tops of your feet. Squeeze your shoulders together. Cobra pose. Inhale. Lift your belly off the ground. Press your feet more into the mat. Now, like you're about to slide forward on a surfboard. Drag your hands back to pull your chest forward. All right, one more breath in. Exhale, release your cheek to the ground, arms to the side. I've been digging this wiggle through the hips. So wiggle your hips. See if now you can let go of that tension, now that you've held some strength there. Come back to center. Hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes. Inhale to a high plank. Option to use your knees here, so lift your booty off the ground first. Press onto your knees, then straighten your legs. Now you're back in your high plank. Draw your belly up and in. Lift your middle back. Take a breath. Down dog. All right, that was kind of fun. Let's make that a little faster and see if we can make it even more fun. Breathe in, look to the top of your mat. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, open twist to the right. Control your hips as you twist. Inhale your right hand to your back. Exhale, exalted, left hand up and back. Full round of breath this first one. Inhale, a mountain. Exhale, open to the left. Inhale, left hand to your back. Exhale, exalted. Full inhale. Full exhale. Squeeze your thighs together. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. This time breathe in, shift forward. Exhale, shift back. Ooh, yeah. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, shift back. Keep squeezing your finger pads into the ground like you're gripping a basketball. And let your forearms take a little more of this work rather than your wrist. For 3. For 2, keep pressing the ground, round your spine. Last one. Different this time, shift forward, breathe in. Exhale, lower halfway down or less, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Now squeeze your thighs and press them down. Lift your hips an inch higher. Keep your gaze forward, not looking at the ceiling. Squeeze your shoulders together. Now pull your chest forward. Breathe in. Down dog. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Again, fill up. And let it go. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step or float forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, open to the right. Last time, a little bit quicker. Inhale, hand to your back. Exhale, exalted. Inhale, mountain. Exhale to the left. Inhale, left hand to your back. Exhale, exalted. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Just one time, breathe in, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward dog. Full around the breath in. Full around the breath out. All right. Check in with your shake. Wiggle, move. How does it feel? What it do? And then prep yourself for a little more movement. We're going to keep this on going, y'all. From down dog, lift both heels, bend your leg. Take a breath in. Exhale, step or float, top of your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. All right, y'all, we're going to take it into a gorilla pose before we go any further. So how's your low back feeling? Take inventory now. Step your feet wide and then slide your feet under your hands, toes all the way to your wrist. Bend your knees. Pull the crown of your head towards the ground by pulling your elbows to the side. You check in with your hips, maybe wiggle left and right. And then find some activation. Press your heels down. Straighten your legs more. Pull your arms down. Resist that straightening. Alright, release. Come back through to center. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank. Shift forward, breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Oh, that feels so much nicer on my wrist now. Down dog on an exhale. Oh yeah. All right, right leg high, breathe in. Exhale to your left tricep. So swing across your body, try to touch your opposite tricep. Squeeze your left glute, pull your right knee in higher to your chest. Inhale, 3 leg. Exhale, low lunge, step through to your hands. All right, taking a twist, left hand stays down. Inhale your right hand up. And as you reach your right hand up, can you take it to your low back and lower your right hip in line with your left hip. And then squeeze your left glute, try to match that to your right. And when you pull your right hip back, and then just find this movement through your legs. Where are you resisted here? And once you've gotten your low back parallel to the ground, so as flat as you can manage, re-extend your right hand up. Twist from your belly. Inhale. And exhale, low lunge, both hands back down towards the ground. Crescent lunge. On an inhale, reach both hands up through center. Here we are. Lift your back heel high again, just like you were when you were walking out your plank. Your heel stacks on top of your toes. Your left leg isn't loosey-goosey. Nice. It's tight, strong, supportive. Front knee right on top of your ankle. Full round of breath. On an inhale, bring your or lean your chest forward. Stay for your exhale. So it's an extended crescent lunge. Can you still strengthen your left leg? Inhale, lean it back up. And then take that again. Lean forward. And then lean back. Come to stack. A little bit more further forward. A little bit further back. One more time through. Trust in the strength of your front leg. All right. On an inhale, one-legged mountain pose. Step, shame, shift forward. This time, bring your left knee up with you. Come to stand at the top of your mat. All right, we're here, right? From here, figure four. Flex your left toe a lot. Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Hands to your heart, maybe hands to your hip for more support. Start to sit your hips back. Challenge yourself to keep your chest lifted. Draw your belly up and in. But again, you're sitting your sit bones back. Press your right shin forward so you can get even more depth back. 2 rounds of breath. And you press your left knee further down away from you. All right, inhale back to one-legged mountain pose. And we're going to step it back into your crescent lunge. So with control. Left leg steps to the back of your mat. You're back in your crescent lunge. Yeah. We here. Breathe in. Exhale, warrior 2. Open up. All right. I'm already sweating. I turned the AC off because I'm a glutton for punishment. And we're talking about tapas, right? Tapas is about heat. Literally, it's about heat. Build this heat. Get uncomfortable. All right, take your hands to your hips. Straighten your front leg. And then I want you to bring it around town. So you're going to work some mobility into your hips. So again, warrior 2 to start. Straighten your right leg. And bring it around town all the way. And we're going to go the opposite way too. So it doesn't quite matter which way you're starting. Just that you're paying attention to how it feels, to where you feel like you have a lot of movement, where it feels sticky. One more sound, one more round, and reverse, opposite side. Take that. Yeah, and that feels way different for me. Probably feels different for you too. It's okay. Our bodies aren't built completely symmetrical, and everything we do throughout the day adds or takes away from that symmetry. It's all right. Just be there with it. Don't think twice. It's all right. Warrior 2. On an inhale, star pose. Heels in and toes out. Don't shut me down, YouTube, please. Breathe in. Keep squeezing your thighs together. Reach your arms out. Squeeze your shoulder blades down. So your arms are extended out like you're about to catch a beach ball. Your shoulders are pulled down because you're ready to hold that beach ball there. You're not moving. Taking one breath in. Exhale, horse squat. For a horse squat, the path of least resistance is to lean forward. So what I want you to do is to stack your shoulders on top of your hips. Work to parallel your thighs to the ground. That doesn't have to happen, but that's what we're working towards. Toes face out, and your knees go the same direction as your toes. We want a safe stack. So if your toes are going way back and your knees going forward, adjust. Fix that. 3 rounds of breath. Now from here, on an inhale, bring it back up. All up into your star pose. Explode out. Show yourself. And then low lunge to the back of your mat. I told you we go there. Now is that time. So spin your toes to point all towards the back. Then fold over your left leg. Now from here, we're going to take that into a same twist. So reach your left hand up this time. Full round of breath. All right, both hands down, standing splits at the back of your mat. Lift your right leg. You're standing on your left leg here. And the same thing is going to happen. Take your left hand to your low back. Notice how parallel your back is to the ground. Get it level. Squeeze your right glute. Lift your heel in line with your hips. Then walk your chest forward. Take another breath. Fold over everything that you've got. That strong setup. Don't let your right leg droop. Hold it with you. All right, we're going to take this through a chaturanga. So if you want, you can float your left leg back, or you can just step back into a plank. So you can lower your right leg, step back to plank and float, or you can bend your left leg, keep your right leg lifted, hop your left leg back, lower to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Woo! We here facing the back of your mat. Wiggle your hips. Make it feel good. And then we're going to take the other side. So, three-legged dog, left leg high. Exhale, cross it to your right and hold. Again, try to make contact. It doesn't have to, but then squeeze your knee to your chest. Press the ground away. Squeeze your right glute. Inhale, three leg. Exhale, low lunge. Step it through to your hands. Right hand stays down. Twist your left hand up. All right, now it should be familiar. How diagonal is your hip? Level it out. Squeeze your thighs together so it's locked into place. Then inhale, extend your left hand back up. Now start to twist and resist. You've got that strong setup, that strong supportive shape. You can start to make strong assessments from there. Pull your left shoulder down from your ear. One more breath. Exhale, both hands down. High crescent lunge. Reach both hands up. We are here. You got your hands up, stacked over your shoulders to start. Again, this is going to be neutral, home base. Let's take a breath in, lean forward. An extended crescent lunge. You got a couple of breaths here. Can you make sure your back heel is still lifted? You got this diagonal from your heel all the way up your spine to the back of your head. Take a breath in. Come back to center. And then exhale, lean forward. Inhale. Exhale. And then keep that going. Work to get a little bit lower, maybe towards your leg without faltering through your shape. Just for 3. For 2. Last 1. Come back through the crescent lunge. On an inhale, one-legged mountain. Bring your right knee up with you. Come to stand on your left leg. There it is. And then into your figure 4. Right ankle over your left knee. Hands to heart, maybe hands to your hip again. But again, you've got your time to work into this shape. Keep pressing your right knee down. Hips go back. Shin of your left leg goes forward. Because again, you're trying to create resistance to make more space. Last 2 breaths. Inhale, one-legged mountain. Right leg comes up with you. Exhale, step it back. You're in your crescent lunge. Again, trust yourself to step back into your footprint. Breathe in. Exhale, warrior 2. Open up. Second time, second side. Yeah. Warrior 2. Hands to your hips, straighten your left leg. And then draw your circles. Gyrate. One direction. And again, just because you make a circle one direction, it doesn't feel great. You don't have to do that same exact circle. Can you maybe adjust it? Maybe less deep. Maybe you take it a little bit slower. But again, you're in control here. What does your body respond to best? And if that's something that you don't have the answer to, take a little bit more time to study. See where. Reverse your circle if you haven't already. One of the most common answers that I have to the questions that I get from my students, the answer is just time in. Just keep doing it. There's no magic formula, but repetition and coming into it with openness and understanding, willingness to learn each time you're there, you're going to find some progression. Come back to your warrior 2. And then inhale, star pose. Left leg straightens, point your toes out. Your heels point in. And again, you're already setting yourself up here so that when you bend your legs, they go out on top of your ankles and they point the same direction as your toes. So squeeze your thighs together. One more breath in. Exhale, horse squat. Bend your legs. Lower your spine as if it's down a wall. So flat. You don't lean forward. You don't lean back. You're straight. Knees go the same direction. And if that setup doesn't work, make it work. Feet closer together, maybe feet further apart. All right, we're going to take this one into twist. So take your hands to your hips, to your thighs rather. Take a breath in, lift up. Then exhale, dip your right shoulder in, twist towards the left. Full round of breath here. Again, keep your belly in. Work to keep everything else just as structurally sound as you started. Inhale, center. Exhale, dip your left shoulder towards the right or towards the middle. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right shoulder in. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder in. One more time each side. Inhale. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale, left. Inhale, back to star pose, up through center. Exhale, low lunge, pivot toes to the front. Fold over your leg. All right, we're going to take that twist. Right hand reaches up. One more breath in. Exhale, both hands down, standing splits. Shift forward, lift your left leg. Now you're on your right leg. Level your hips, take your right hand to your low back. Get that level, press through your right leg. Right leg is straight. Hip is extended already. Then squeeze your left glute, lift your heel. Walk your hands forward, breathe in. Fold forward, breathe out. One more breath. All right, and again, your choice, either to step your left foot back and then right foot back to plank, or plant your hands, hop your right leg so that you can hop back through chaturanga. Again, you keep your left leg straight up, bend your right leg, breathe in, exhale, hop back, land with chaturanga arms, and then flow. If that's a lot, leave it. If that's something that you want to add to your practice, start trying to add that to it, see how it feels. Reach out with any questions you have. Take a breath in, look forward. Exhale, step or float forward, top your mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Ooh, first chair. Well, first chair technically. We were in a figure 4 chair earlier. Now we got both legs. So find your width of legs, the depth of your bend in your hips, then depth of bend in your knees, then extend your arms up. All right, pull your shoulders down. So pulling them up would be pulling to your ears. Pull them down away from your ears. So you lock them into place. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. Keep your chair legs. Pull up and over towards the right. Side body stretch. Can you sit your left hip further down? Look under your left armpit. Inhale back to center. Switch your grip. Pull your shoulders down. Exhale to the left. Pull your right hip down. Inhale back to chair. Exhale forward fold. Inhale halfway. And then exhale chaturanga. Plant your hands. If you want to flow, hop it back to a flow. If you just want to step back, and you can even skip. Skip it. Get a full breath. Go rest. Beauty. All right. Let's take that breath to movement, shall we? Right leg high, breathe in. Different. Exhale, bend your legs, stack your hips. Draw 3 circles with your right leg. And then draw them in an opposite direction. 3-legged dog, breathe in. Exhale, cross it to your left tricep. Try to make contact. Inhale, 3-leg. Let's do that twice more. Exhale, cross to your left. Inhale, 3-leg. Exhale to your left. Inhale, 3-leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, twist. Right hand up. Exhale, both hands down. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, extended crescent. Inhale, high crescent. Stay for your exhale. All right, inhale, 1-legged mountain. Left knee lifts. Exhale, figure 4. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, 1-legged. Exhale, step back to your crescent lunge. Both hands stay up. Breathe in. Exhale, warrior 2. All right, inhale, star pose. Exhale, horse squat. Inhale, back to star. Exhale, low lunge to the back. Inhale, twist, left hand up. Exhale, both hands down. Inhale, standing splits. Stay for your breath. All right, one more inhale. On your exhale, step back or flow. Chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. All right, left leg high, breathe in. Exhale, bend and stack. All right, 3 circles. Draw it with the left leg, one direction, and then reverse. Make them tiny if they feel tight. It's okay. Tiny circles are circles. 3-legged dog, breathe in. Exhale, cross to right. Again, inhale. Exhale to right. Inhale. Exhale to right. Inhale, 3-leg. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, your right hand up. Exhale, both hands down. Inhale, high crescent. Exhale, extended crescent. Just lean it forward. Inhale, reach back up. Solidify on your breath out. Squeeze everything in. Inhale, one leg, right leg lifts. Exhale, figure four. Heart to your hands to your heart. 3 rounds of breath. All right, inhale, one-legged mount. Exhale, step it back to your crescent lunge. Hands that reach up, breathe in. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, star. Exhale, horse. Full breath. Inhale, star. Exhale, low lunge to the front. Inhale, your right hand up, twist. Exhale, both hands down. Standing splits, breathe in. Flow. On your next breath out, step your right foot or hop your right foot back. Chaturanga. Down dog, breathe in. Breathe out. All right, a little different, right leg high, inhale. Runner's lunge, breathe out, step outside of your right hand. Lower your left knee down. We got flow going, we got your hips lit up. Let's keep it moving. So from here, hips stay exactly where they are. Inhale, pull your chest forward, almost like an up dog. Exhale, round like cat. Press the ground, puff through your shoulders. Your hips stay pulling forward. You should feel this through the front of your left thigh. Then inhale, pull forward. Exhale, pressing around. 3 more times, in. Out. In. Out. 1 more in. And out. Come back through to center. 3-legged dog. Right leg high, bend your leg, stack your hips. Flip your dog. If you want to take wild thing, take wild thing instead too. Fairly similar though. Nothing right or wrong through either of them. Just open up your front line. Breathe in. Exhale, hands down, down dog. We'll take that to the other side. Take your left leg up. Breathe in. And exhale, runner's lunge. Step outside of your left hand. Right knee down to the ground. Again, find that traction forward. So you're pulling your chest forward. There should be a stretch on the front of your right thigh. Inhale, pull your chest forward. Exhale, pressing around. Tuck your tailbone under you so it stays right where it is. Expand through your shoulders. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. In. And out. In. And out. Last time through, in. And out. Back to neutral, tuck your toes, 3-legged dog, inhale. Flip your dog, exhale. And left hand up. Drive your feet down to lift your hips up. Last inhale. And exhale, hands down. If you want a vinyasa flow, vinyasa flow. If you're down to skip, I ain't judging. Full round of breath. Right leg high, breathe in. Exhale, cross to your left. Extend your foot on the ground, plant it. Inhale, fallen triangle. Been building up to it. We're here. If you want to lift your right foot off the ground, squeeze your abdominals, float your right foot. 1 more inhale. Exhale, both hands down. 3-leg, inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Warrior 1. Virabhadrasana. First edition. Reach both hands up. I'm powering through this shirt, y'all. This was clean when we started. Not anymore. We did this for a reason, right? It's all for the greater good. Your body autonomy. Let's bring this back. Warrior 1. Take a breath in. Then exhale, back bend. So squeeze your elbows to your ribs, lift your heart. 1 more full breath here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior 2. Open up. All right, we haven't taken it here yet, so we're going to do it here. Reverse your warrior. Inhale, reach your right hand up. One more breath in. And exhale, extended side angle. Okay, get your left hand to your left hip. Now, as if you're trying to reach your right hand away from your left hip. Keep pulling it back with your left hand. Reach your right hand forward. 1 more breath in. And exhale over just your right arm where it is, underneath your shoulder. Then attempt to stack your left arm on top. And notice what you have to adjust to get your left hand on top there. that should give you a little more accurate representation of the shape that your body needs for this to open up through your left side body. Can you pull your right hip to the back of your space as if you're trying to tuck your tailbone underneath you? One more breath. And inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach your right hand up. All right, half moon. One more breath. Take it there. Again, keep your right leg bent. You can touch the ground or you can keep that float first. Just launch up standing on your right leg. It may take a couple times, but you eventually get to stand on your right leg. Same thing, you're opening up your left hip, so take your left hand to your left hip. What I love here is a block underneath my hand or fist even, so that you can get this long rectangular shape from your legs and the space between your arms and torso. Then you get to stack, and the stack here becomes a lot stronger. When that stack is stronger, you get to decide how much of your support system you let go of to make this about you. So you decide. 2 more rounds of breath. Bend your right leg, step back into your footprint. Reverse triangle, this time straighten your right leg. And pyramid pose, both hands down. Turn your toes to face forward. If you have a block here, I'd suggest it. Pivot your right hip back. Zip your legs together. Inner thighs. Work to touch. Create more tension there. Pull your chest forward. 1 more breath in with a straight spine. And then round on an exhale. Attempt to touch. Touch your forehead or your nose toward your knees. One more full breath. It should feel good after all that work on your right leg. Bend your right leg, step your left foot back. 3-legged dog. Bend and stack. Maybe draw circles, maybe flip. Maybe take wild thing instead. It's more like a side plank for wild thing. Your left leg is straight instead of bent. 1 more breath in. And exhale, hands down and flow if you want it. Skip if you don't. Almost a home base, y'all. Good, left leg high, breathe in. And then exhale, cross it to your left, or your right rather. Extend your foot plant. Inhale your falling triangle. And building up on these shapes together so that you can check in with where you feel strong or where you feel challenged. Last breath in. Exhale, both hands down. 3-leg, inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Step it through. Warrior 1. Reach it up. You're strong. Virabhadrasana 1. So again, right hip forward. Not this open hip warrior 2 situation. We'll get there, I promise. Right now, closed hips, thighs together. Right hip forward, left hip back. Both hands up. From there, breathe in. Exhale, back bend. Elbows together. As close as you can get them on your back. 1 more breath. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, warrior 2. Widen out. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Then exhale, extended side angle. Same thing. Extend forward here. Take your right hand to your right hip. Keep pulling your right hip back and up. You're opening, widening out your front line. When you can't go further, left arm down. Then reach your right hand up. Attempt to stack right shoulder on top of left. You can keep your hand to your belly or to your ribs so you're opening up your chest as if the wall was going to come and chest bump you. Make as much space for that as you can. Tuck your left hip underneath you. Pull your tailbone back. Full breath. And inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, half moon. If you want to take your prop with you, take it. Left hand to the ground, to the block. Or if you want to float, by all means, float right away. Flex your toes of your right foot toward your face. Stack right hip on top of your left. Same thing, your chest bumping the wall, now you're using your arms and your legs to bump it as well. 1 flat surface, full breath. Last inhale. And exhale back into your footprint. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, low lunge. Step it back, 3-leg. Wild thing. If you kept it with flip dog before, keep it with flip dog. No shame, no harm. Last breath in, open up your entire body. Exhale, hands down and flow. Inhale upward. Exhale downward. Hope y'all are still with me, y'all. Full inhale. Full exhale. Alright, look to the top of your mat. Step or hop forward. Lower to a seat. We are going to take it into fire log. If you're craving a pigeon, take your pigeon, y'all. This is just a deeper version of that pigeon. So we're going to start with your left leg forward. So we want to stretch your right hip first. So take your left leg as close to parallel to the front of the mat as you can. Just again, knee in line with your ankle. Flex your left toes. Once you have that level, sit bone down. Take your right foot and grab it with your hands. Take your ankle on top of your left knee. Right ankle stacks on top of your left. If you can see, you got a lot of physical space between mine. So if you have a block or a blanket, stick it underneath your right thigh. So it's going to catch your leg. That catch is going to signal to your brain after a few rounds of breath that it no longer has to hold that tension that it's trying to hold at the moment, and then it'll start to release. Then, since you're the foreman of your body construction, you decide that you can take away a little bit more of that support, move it further away, and then see, can you soften into that space? If that space still hasn't been afforded to you, bring your butt back. There's a difference in feeling the sensations of a stretch. And oftentimes, they're very subtle to start. When I was much less used to the physical realm of, working out and all that good stuff, not like astral planes and such, but I was always looking for the most intense version of the stretch. When I felt that, I was like, that's where that stretch is. My stretches happened way before that. I just pushed past that. I didn't even think about it. It didn't register. So the name of the game for me has been softening, listening to the more subtle sounds, those background instruments that are playing. Not as loud as the others, but they're there. They're working, pulling their part. Because once you tune into them and let them get what they need, whether that's more stretch, more support, more strength, whatever, then everybody can start playing in their symphony together. We just got it a little more cohesive. Two more rounds of breath here. All right, from here, get your right foot off your leg, off of your left leg rather. Now step your feet to the outside edges of your mat. We're going to take it to a broken bridge. I've been loving this pose. So work your right knee in towards the ground, rotate towards the left, back to center, rotate towards the right. And then make that a smooth transition between the two. And then other side, y'all. This time right leg straight across the front of your mat. As straight as relative, of course. Left ankle on top of your right knee. Flex your toes, set up your shape. Some sides may need support on the bottom leg too. You may need support for both. Hell, do it. There's no shame in that at all. In fact, you usually can pick out the seasoned practitioners in yoga studios by the ones that have all the props. They got basically everything that you could use. So we all have little bits of adhesions, tensions, limitations. And these props are those little keys to get us a little bit further, a little less strenuously to a place. I'm going to shut up now. We have 5 to 8 more rounds of breath. But slower is better, right? You're already here. You want to get the most you can. One more full round of breath. Make it your most focused. When you feel the same, or at least close to same, release, unravel, move your props, step your feet wide. One more time, broken bridge, left and right. Slow to start. You can feel every part of that movement. You got key players in there that are getting overlooked. Don't miss them. Be there for them. Then, when they stop talking, then you can start moving more. All right. Legs out in front of you. Oh, thank you, JJ. Legs out wide, y'all. All right, we're gonna push the imaginary box. Reach your hands up here. Take a breath in. On your exhale, press your hands forward like there's an imaginary box in front of you. You can inhale, stay here. Exhale, press it forward. 2 more times in. Exhale, press. Again in. Exhale, press. And then fold. Forehead towards the ground. 5 rounds of breath. I took my first JJ class today, and it was good. Highly recommend. One more breath. And inhale up through center, legs together, reverse bridge. So hands behind your hips, flex your toes towards your face first, and just lift your glutes off the ground. Then point your toes, squeeze your glutes, and lift them as you point your toes. So your hips lift in line with your shoulders. You got one straight line, and then squeeze, or rather expand your shoulders out. So rotate your biceps towards the outside edge of your mat. 2 breaths. Last inhale. Exhale, lower down, arms in front of you. Slowly lower to your back. Hug your knees to your chest. We're going to take it to a twist, y'all. No class is complete without twisting at the end, I feel like. At least I'm taking the block with me for easy supine twist. You can keep your legs just together. That's cool with me. Knees up above your hips. Take a breath in. Exhale, twist towards the right. Take your gaze out towards the left. And take your gaze towards your left so you can check in with your elbow and shoulder. It still touches the ground. If it lifts with you, you're not getting as deep of a twist as you could. Again, we're already here, right? Why not get the most out of your practice? Inhale back to center. And then exhale over towards the left. Keep your gaze out towards the right. Same thing. Right shoulder and elbow stay down. Your hand may lift, that's okay. But then can you stack your knee on top of your knee? Ankle on top of ankle, hip on top of hip. What are you having to adjust on that? There's the work. Now back to center. Take props, blocks out to the side. Hug your knees to your chest. We're going to make compression here. So again, tiny ball. Squeeze your knees in. Squeeze your arms. Squeeze your glutes. Squeeze your abdominals. Touch your forehead toward your knees. Big breath in. Full breath out. One more. Keep all of that contraction. Exhale, Shavasana. Release. Extend your leg long. Arms long. Set up for more time than you want for Shavasana. Give your body time to reset, to commit all of that stuff to muscle memory. Breathe. Slowly bring your focus back. yourself before you move. Thank yourself for the movement you gave, for the time you allotted for yourself. Thank yourself for the discomfort in this moment, so that later on, when that discomfort strikes again in the real world, you won't be as shocked by it. It won't scream as loud, it won't be as invasive. And you can react better. You can react accordingly, more according to the way that you want. With that gratitude for discomfort, for heat, for tapas, begin moving your body, thanking your body for movement. Wiggle your head left and right, wake up your neck, wiggle your fingers, your toes, your wrists. Good morning stretch, reach your hands above your head, get long. One more big stretch in. And then hug your knees to chest, roll to the side, just to press up to a seat. Slow, methodical, as little movement as possible. Hands to your heart. Acknowledging the light, the love, and the student and teacher that resides in one another. We bow and share the words. Namaste. Yogis, happy Memorial Day. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for sticking around. I hope that got you good, because it felt good for me. I was sweating all over the place. Again, my name is Jeremy. Instagram handle is @JerPose, so reach out if you have any questions, comments, requests, all that good stuff. I'd love to hear it. Love to get deeper into the community. So let's chat. Otherwise, thank you so much. Have a good rest of your day. Namaste.